This is BBC News, broadcasting in the UK and around the world. I'm David Eades in Clichy, northwest of Paris. Our top stories this hour. The French make their final choice for president. Emmanuel Macron is well ahead of his far-right challenger Marine Le Pen in the opinion polls. She has cast her vote. Emmanuel Macron is expected to vote shortly. Both candidates urging people to get out and have their say, with a fear that the abstentions could be high.
Hello, I'm Boulos in London, also in the programme. Japan says 10 people have died off the northern island of Hokkaido after a sightseeing boat went missing on Saturday. As Russia's war on Ukraine enters its third month, the US Secretary of State Antony Blinken is expected in Kyiv. He's the first top US official to visit since the invasion. The row over lockdown party breaches in Downing Street continues. A Conservative minister says removing Boris Johnson from office would lead to instability.
I understand how people feel really hurt and angry about this. And I think the Prime Minister acknowledged that properly in what he said and gave a full and unreserved apology.
And British boxer Tyson Fury retains his WBC heavyweight title after beating Dillian Whyte at Wembley Stadium.
Hello, thank you very much for joining us here in Paris. I say Paris, it's Clichy actually. We're just northwest of Paris. Absolutely charming, leafy little park in front of the mairie, which is doubling up, of course, as the polling station here. And we've seen a steady flow, I think it's fair to say, of voters coming in over the course of the last few hours. It is worth pointing out that actually the Easter holidays have just started in Paris. That is one of those indicators as to how many are going to turn up and vote when perhaps they will feel they've got better things to do. There is a strong sense of what's the point in this election for those people who really don't fancy Emmanuel Macron or Marine Le Pen. Those are the two candidates, though. Emmanuel Macron left home just a short while ago on his way to the polling station in Le Touquet in Pas-de-Calais, and of course will bring with him a media scrum, as you would expect. He's hoping to be returned to the Élysée Palace back here in the course of, well, he'll know within the next 12 hours as to whether he has the job or not. Most people expect that to be the case. Now, Marine Le Pen beat him to the polls and to the vote earlier in the day. She was also in Pas-de-Calais in her local spot. A huge scrum there, a lot of chants of Marine, Marine, and a real sense of vibrancy around her as a candidate, but very much on home turf. If we come back to Clichy for a moment, she certainly wouldn't be getting the same response here. She garnered about 7% of the vote in Clichy in the first round. This was very good territory for the left-wing candidate, Jean-Luc Mélenchon, who narrowly missed out on getting this far. He took about 48% of the vote. Emmanuel Macron caught in the middle, 28 to 29% of the vote. So an awful lot of votes to play for these two candidates. Nick Beek has been looking at the policies they've been putting forward to try to win those voters over.
The French aren't